Alrighty, we are live and heading towards Alpe to Zwift. I have to switch to the mountain bike once I get to the dirt, but we shall get there. Alrighty, in for the long haul this morning. It's 10:25 a.m. Sunday morning. I put a challenge throwdown on the ZwiftCast this week for the boys to do Alpe to Zwift on the mountain bike, because people were saying how much slower it was and how much longer it took them. There we go. I need another coffee. They weren't interested in doing it, so I thought, I'll jump on and do it myself. Quite a few people have done it. I believe it's part of the Cape Epic challenge as well. So bear with me as I get everything set up here. As I said, in for the long haul this morning. I'm expecting about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, which I'll have no problems at all talking for the whole 2 hours, because I can talk this stuff all day long. Michael Cruz has done the Alpe to Zwift on the mountain bike yesterday. Not fun. I'm not expecting this to be fun, but it's crappy weather outside. It's depending on what sort of climate you want to talk about, the climate in this world at the moment is not good. So I thought I'd jump on board and do this one. It's a live stream, have a chat to everyone. So we shall go. Gordon did it for stage 3. It is slow. Not looking forward to it. Hey, look, different setup today for the stream. What I've got coming in here is, that's Apple TV. So it looks a little different to the new box that I have. But the new, I might need some gear tweaking. Actually, I probably won't be even using those gears, will I? So it'll be one gear. All right. Just get everything set up here. Veronica, thanks for chiming in there. You can see Veronica in the live chat has a little llama next to her name. She's a channel member, which is awesome. Thanks, Von. Thanks for the support. So not only can you like videos, you can subscribe to the channel, which really helps out, or you can become a member, which throws a few dollars towards the channel and towards uploading these and everything else that goes on behind the scenes to get videos out, which really helps out. Alright, I think this Apple TV setup looks pretty good. No ant today. No ant sticks. No anything. My watts look wrong. I'm not even touching the pedals at the moment. I do have... No, actually my watts look pretty good. I've got the Asiomas on the bike at the same time. I'm just ticking along very easily at the moment. Very easy. I'll probably sit on around maybe about 200, 220 maybe up the climb. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I just want to get it done. Alright, here we go. Dirty time. Now, Apple TV. Usually I'm on the keyboard right in front of me here. With that, we love this thing. We love it. Okay. Menu. Garage. Take my own advice from my last video. Come to a stop. So what you're seeing here is I can't get to the frame or the wheels because I'm not stopped. Hold up, hold up. Wayne Watt, good morning from Ballarat. Good morning also from Ballarat. Very cold out this morning. Well, it's ninja rain, that little tiny specky rain that no one likes. Okay, slowest mountain bike. Anybody got any clues which one I should go for? I was thinking the Scott, given it's the Alpe Cape Epic. Yeah. Alpe stage that uses the Scott. A little bit on topic this week for people doing that ride. The Scott Cape Epic bike. It's 1-star aero, 1-star weight. It should be always negative weight, shouldn't it? As in negative, as in it's a bad thing. Can I choose the colour? No, I can't. That I can see. Looks alright to me. Almost at 30,000 kilometres on Zwift after 5 years or so. Now scroll back. I could have pressed menu probably, couldn't I? But there we are. We are on the mountain bike, which is going to be slow, but that's the name of the game today. Here for the long haul. So feel free to drop in, drop out. I'll be around for another hour and a half or so on this. Let us know where you are, how you're doing. Any questions you have on the content that I've done in the last week or so, on the podcasts that I do. Got a couple of runners there, good stuff. Any equipment questions, especially, I've pretty much got every single type of setup here for Zwift. As you can see, Apple TV one working now. If you have any questions about trainers, trainer types, power meters, yeah, feel free to throw it in the chat. I'll be here for a while. Okay. Oh, a risky move there. I swiped up while the course selection was still on screen. Oh, sorry, the route selection there. Oh, give me a keyboard all day long. Okay, cool. We're good. Coach Chop says right on. Hopefully life is good up in Sydney, Chops. Be a little quieter there at the moment, I think. No cruise ships coming in. Only those unauthorised cruise ships that shouldn't have been let in. Alrighty, Jason from Alaska. Heading into summer up there. Do you guys have summer in Alaska? Alright. So today's setup, which I'm looking at covering in a video shortly. Apple TV, Kickr CORE, bike. Done. Simple. Easy to configure. No USB sticks, no ant extensions, nothing, no complex setups. Just a basic setup. And we'll see how it goes. I want to show people that you don't have to go through all the technical rigmarole to get it all working nowadays. Things are a lot better. Stay tuned for that video. But what I want to do is put it to the test first. I don't want to talk about a solution and get people to go out and buy an Apple TV if it's not going to work for them or it's not the experience they want. So we test it, and what better place to test it than up Alpe to Zwift all day long. No tunes in the background at the moment. I might put a little bit of music on. If people want music, let me know. If not, Alt-Tab, throw some tunes on in the background. Lots of thumbs coming through. We have 2,200 people online at the moment. Big night or day on Zwift. They hit peak Zwift. 19,720 people online at once. Phenomenal. Currently using the Kickr heart rate strap on here, Bluetooth as well. So because the Core now does power, speed, cadence, and control, well, you don't need speed for this, just need power, cadence, and control. They're three things, but all in one channel on Bluetooth. Then I have the heart rate on the other, I have the remote on the other. Apple TV is maxed out, but that's all I need. We're done. Again, back to the simple setups. Thermal bottles indoors. It's my new thing. Keeps everything cool. Any plans on Gplama kit in the future, asks Nate. Sure, but I'm no good at graphic design or anything like that. And custom kit is always... You always hear horror stories of custom kit, and if a company could drop ship stuff, yeah, absolutely, I'd come up with a kit. But I think they have to manufacture it first and stock them somewhere. I can't store things here then post it out. Not from Australia, we're way too far. So it needs to drop ship. Matt M from Atlanta, Georgia. Home of Wahoo. I'm on the Core today. That's what's gonna get me up this hill on this bike. Jason asks, do I like the Apple TV or do I prefer PC? Well, look, as you can see right here, Apple TV is working just fine. If you want to get on and just ride, it's working fine. Price-wise, you can't beat it. $200 Australian for the 32 gig version, Apple TV 4K or thereabouts. It's a no-brainer. At 10 times the price of that, at $2,000 Australian, I have the PC sitting next to it, which is a far more rich experience with detail on the screen, being true 4K on screen. You get full keyboard access for that. You can hook everything else up to it. You've got shortcuts, the chatting is easier. So, either or, but today I'm using Apple TV. Because if I'm going to be talking about it, and I have, and I will be talking about it more, I need to use the thing. I can't just tell people to go out and what to use if I don't use it myself. So call this a LAMA lab test. We'll see how it goes. Any word when Asiami will come out with a new power meter for the SPD pedals? SPD SLs, I'm thinking you're talking about the SPD SLs or SPDs? SPDs, we've already got the hack. SLs, no idea. Alrighty, through the gates of hell. That should be dripping in blood or something, or not just happy green. It's not going to be a happy ride up here for a few hours. Alright. Gearing on the bike, I'm currently in the 53, that won't be lasting too long. I think I've got a 53.39 on this bike with the XKD Spider. 20, looks like a 28 up the back. The trainer is set to maximum, don't worry. It's going to be a slow slog today. 4%. Hasn't even started. I know, I'm still on the flats. I'm complaining. Alright, small ring time. Things get a bit quieter. And let's go. I'm on the chats non-stop here too. I have the Apple TVs beside me here. I have the chats in front of me. That's what's keeping me amused. Because this hill's not going to be very amusing on the mountain bike. But I am committed to getting to the top if the equipment allows. And by equipment I mean the hardware and my legs. Quantum Decoherence, is it? Thinking of upgrading from the Snap to the Kickr, is it worth it? Yes, it is, absolutely. Your direct drive is always a far better experience than a wheel on. Searches for all the gears. Okay, from here on it's pretty much single speed heaven. Oof. Wish me luck. If you want to drop in or drop out, that's all good with me. I'll be here for a while. 215 viewers. Really appreciate people dropping in. Hope everyone's okay. The world at the moment is not in standard operation. So hopefully everyone's fit, healthy, has enough toilet paper. Or if not, just go and eat some chocolate. There's tons of chocolate left in the supermarket still. But let us know where you're coming from, where you're watching, where your last ride was, what power meter you own. If you're looking at another upgrade, let us know, we'll have a chat about it. Oof. Here we go, hi Shane, I'm on mountain bike 40 minutes 4x4. Nice one. In orange is a personal message that comes through. Because I'm streaming my personal screen, you'll see the personal messages come through too. Off. 250. Oh, this is going to be a... Wish my knees luck. This is going to be a slog. Oh, I'll try not to complain. If I keep complaining, hit me up in the comments. Do I know when the Tax or Wahoo bikes arrive in Australia? Asks David. Look, no idea now. Who knows? The world has been flipped. 60 RPM? Really? Are we going to do 60 RPM? Watt Bike Adam versus Kickr Direct Drive. Kickr Direct Drive all day long. All day long. The Watt Bike Adam is 3 years old now. Based on a stepper motor. Pretty laggy. No gear change feel. You can't change gears in the drops. So if you're using the Watt Bike Adam for esports, you can't change gears from the drops. That's kind of weird. Watch for the Adam X, which is an updated version, which is commercial only. They're going to have to refresh that very soon. They really do. For it to be a contender. People who have them love them. Oh, you sort of want to love something if you spent that much money. But for the Zwifting experience, for racing, training, and everything, not for me, not for me. And I've ridden them all. Spin more, says Minty. Dude, I'm in the 39.28, and that's all I got. This is real. You want me to spin more? I'm gonna have to be putting out, oh jeez, 350, yeah, no. Not gonna happen. We're in for the grind. How far we got to go? Oh, we're only, we're only 600 meters in. All right. Channel the pain, maybe. Anyway, keep me amused with the questions, please. I do appreciate it. They keep my mind off what's going on here. Anders, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. Wahoo attacks bike. Kickr versus Neo. Just answered a question like that over on Reddit. Look, you can find good and bad in both, for sure. I think my summary is you get what you pay for. Kickr bike is a little bit more expensive, but I do like the levers on the Kickr bike and the customization on the Kickr bike a little bit more. And the tilt is also very cool. Yeah, my knees, bro, I know. People saying spin, I can't. I'm out of gears. However, if I was on the Kickr bike, I could reconfigure the rear cassette whilst riding, and I did that a couple of weeks back. Very cool. I did that on the fly. On the Neo bike, you can't do that in real time. Jimmy asks, how did I get into vlogging? My background is tech, networking and things like that. So I'm across all the new social media sites when they started. My Twitter account was from 2017. No, sorry, it's 2007. So I'm 10 years ahead of myself. So I'm across all the tech and using that to communicate. Been on forums and IRC and everything for years and years. Vlogging, hang on. I have to catch my breath here at 59 RPM. I had a blogspot page to tell people about races and how to get to races before Google Maps and things came along. Got into a bit of equipment reporting there, reviewing, so to speak, where I absolutely slayed the LAMA Power Pilot, which was the worst piece of tech I've ever touched. Probably still is. That posted really well. And then, Cycling Maven came along in Melbourne. Started vlogging in video, and I mean, I don't do the same vlog style as what Maeve used to do, just more tech stuff, passing on a few things that I've learnt while racing and riding over the years. That just took off from there, I guess. And then I guess the more success you have there, the more opportunity you get to do more things. This has taken me around the world, and I've got access to some unreleased products and that I can talk about when they're released, as you've seen with when new things come out. Yeah, it's all good. And then hooking up with Ray and sharing notes and riding over in Italy and doing Eurobike. It's awesome. Heaps of fun. Well, I've got a few people on the climb today. Got to keep dishing out those ride-ons. IRC is still alive, is it? Back when hashtags were channels. Those are the days. If I complain 5 more times, you can send me one of your trainers. How's Mark and Maven doing? He's a bit quiet, I think, at the moment. He's back at work, focusing on his little boy and the fam. Caught up with Maeve for breakfast a few months back. Same old Maeve, same old Maeve. DI2 Synchro Shift thoughts. Dustin, I love it. Synchro 2, sorry, Synchro 1. They call it different things. There's manual, semi-synchro, full synchro. I'm always on semi-synchro on my bike outdoors. Absolutely love it. I should do a video on this. Manual is what you expect. You press the button, it changes. Semi-synchro will do an auto trim at the back, will auto change at the back. You go small ring to big ring, it'll change 2 up on the back to keep that ratio smoother. If you go from big ring to small ring, it'll change 2 down on the back. It's all configurable, that's the defaults. Full synchro, you can forget your left hand and change all gears with one hand. That wasn't a complaint. That was just stretching. Do I know Durian Rider? I've met Harley a few times. Of course. Been to Adelaide a few times. What trainer asks Ollie? I'm on the Kickr CORE. Kickr CORE. Helder, you're on full synchro. Now Helder, full synchro on Di2, which means you can be changing down through your gears. All of a sudden, one of the changes is going to do your front chainring as well. Do you have the beeping alert on your head unit to let you know when the next shift is going to be the big chainring or small? That's the only thing that does my head. And if I was racing with that, flicking down through the gears, you want to be in full control. Luis Vigo watches DC Aeromica videos at half speed. I watch them at 1.5. Actually, the podcast that I edit with us, the Fitfile podcast, I have to re-listen to the whole thing and take out all the gaps between us both talking so it sounds good, because there is a lag. I listen to that at about 1.5. It's a skill. I think we both talk pretty quick. It's very efficient. Daffy, exactly right, mate. Everyone, if you go to the big ring to the small ring, you're always doing, you go big chain ring or small chain ring, you always do the double click to line things up. Synchro 1, semi-synchro, does it for you. It's brilliant. I love it. Best budget wheel-on trainer? Kickr Snap asks Anders. Yeah, the Kickr Snap's probably the pick for the wheel-on trainers. Says me trying to breathe and talk. Garmin don't make a foot pod anymore. What's the best to get into Zwift running? I think the 935, 945 now has virtual running mode. Some of the Garmins have virtual running mode. Maybe the Zwift foot pod. I'm not a runner. I put one foot in front of the other swiftly a little bit, but it's not for me. I'm more of the lazy type who likes to sit down whilst exercising. This mountain bike isn't as fast as the road bike. Not a complaint. All right, good banter in the chat, really appreciate it. It's keeping me focused on not the task at hand. It'd be nice if SRM would release the Power X already, or at least some info, yeah. SRM, How do I feel about one bike for road cycling? Nope. No good. Gravel? Sure. Off-road stuff? Sure. One bike? Nah. Not good enough. You gotta run out of gears. Was it Israel Cycling Academy? Or was it, no, it was not Aquasaponi. Who was the team? Sorry, my mind's a bit mush at the moment. Who was the team in the UK that had the one buys? I think the team mechanic was on Twitter. Until the team mechanic was probably told not to be on Twitter talking about the bikes. Aqua Blue? Oh, I can't think. Someone will know. Zwift versus trainer road if only one. That's like saying road or mountain bike, which one? They're two different things. If you want Zwift, you want virtual 3D, what you're seeing here. Yeah? If you want a training plan and to follow the graphs and to hit those numbers, trainer road, two different things. I'm going to need bigger jersey pockets, mate. I'm going to need bigger jerseys at the moment. Aqua Blue, there we go. Good to see some familiar names in the chat there. Thanks for coming along. Huge Zwift community on Twitch last week, yeah. Lots of people indoors. Look, it is boom time for Zwift. My channel here is doing really, really well at the moment. but for the wrong reasons, to be honest. This time of year is downtime as people move into summer. But hey, that's why the videos that I do are the ones I like doing, aren't vlog style, aren't, you know, if you don't watch them this week, it's irrelevant next week. It's a resource channel for a lot of the stuff that I do. It's exactly why it works. Not a complaint, just a nose screw up. I'm loving it, I'm loving it. Simon Mills, bang. Site member with a little LAMA there. Aqua Blue, here we go, on 3T bikes. Where's the rest spots? We'll get there, we'll get there. 10k to go. 10k's. For the jungle right, gravel, or for the jungle route, gravel or MTB. I think they're much of a muchness. I think the MTB's a little better, I think. Is Apple TV 4K worth it for Zwift? Bang, Apple TV 4K right here. Value-wise, no question. It works well for what it is. You're not going to get full 60 frames a second performance, but for $200, it's going to be a lot better than any old MacBook Pro people want to use, any integrated graphics card from Intel. They're typically crap. It's going to do the job. So that's what I'm riding today, Apple TV 4K, which you do not need a 4K screen for. I like these corners, they break it up a little bit. Did we get the COVID-19 out there in Australia? Yeah, it's here. It's in town. Am I paranoid about it? No. I'm keeping my distance from people, and I'm not... Yeah, life's changed for everyone. I'm in the lucky bell curve, like probably most people watching now. We're fit, healthy, and not likely to die from it. But it's a risk we pose to others if we do carry it, which is probably the better way to look at it and why to keep away from it. But is what it is. So how much do I like the remote on Apple TV? I'll get thrown off YouTube if I say how much I like the remote. I love it. I love it to death. Elite Suto review coming soon. Just hang in for a minor update to the Suto for erg. But yeah, the world is being flipped upside down at the moment, so we'll see. We'll see. Power-wise, it's now working pretty well for me, but I'm pretty stringent for the erg stuff. Favero Asiomas, Jason asks, what's my thoughts on those? Very well documented thoughts on the Asiomas. They just work. They just work. And it's one of those things I always turn to and say, it's not just me saying they work, it's not just Ray, anyone else who's put a pair on. Lots of people who buy them say the same thing. So they just work, and that's important. Oh, Cadence is up there. How old am I? 41, asks Charlie. How long have I been cycling? I started late. Riding my bike around all my life. Competitively, 15, 16 years probably. Not so much anymore competitively. That hurts a lot. I ticked all the boxes there in the Masters and Veterans racing. And I was happy with all that. If anyone knows Tour of Bright, that's our little Tour de France for amateur cycling here in Victoria. That's where I first met Wade from Cycling Tips, racing Tour of Bright. Wade won that Masters 1, 2, 3 in 2008, I think it was. So Wade from Cycling Tips can ride a bike pretty well. Yeah, I got 2 yellow jerseys from that race, so I'm pretty stoked with that, to be honest. That's what I always wanted. That was Masters 1, 2, 3 and Masters A where they switched to that. Always targeted the TT. Always great little short TTs, 13Ks or so. And good memories of just training for that race for months. And as it goes with cycling uphill, starving myself for months. I was down to 68 kilos, I think, for one of those. And that's the reality. You've got to be that light to go up hills. But I did anyway. That worked for me. I was targeting a race and modifying training and diets and everything. To do that now, shit, I just want to go for a ride and enjoy it. There was a few times after we'd raced to a right that we'd just go up to Mount Hotham, which is a 30-kilometre climb here in Victoria. And it's not easy, it's a big climb. And when we rode it slowly once, it was a different climb. You'd look over the edge, you'd see if anyone has ridden Hotham, let me know. If you ride Hotham on a nice day, it's just beautiful. But you never see that in a race. You see the wheel in front of you and nothing else. Charlie, 41, just started cycling last year. Hey mate, your first 12 months of cycling is where all the gains are made. The rest is just icing on top. And the icing you have to stay away from if you want to get better. Helder, there we go. Another review of the duos. Boom. Peter, yes, you've got to keep 1.5 meters, thanks. No sneezing, no rocket snots. We don't want e-corona. I shouldn't joke about such things, but shit, what else are we going to do at the moment? Refurbished Kickr 2018, good deal at $749 USD. Any concerns with refurbish, asks Chris. Brilliant unit. No issues with mine. Touch wood, which I have no wood around here. Just as long as you buy it from a place that has your back after sales. No probs, no probs. Solid unit. Best mid-range price smart trainer, would I recommend the Duretto X? God, if you could find an original Duretto, jump on it. Duretto X, same again, slightly beefier, packs a bit more of a punch, but the original Duretto is fine. Has the OTS for good power. Kickr CORE, again, Kickr CORE is probably on the higher range of mid-range. Have I ever competed in an Ironman triathlon? Hell no. I run like a baby giraffe and I swim like a frog. Actually, frogs can swim okay. I swim like a drowned otter. Yeah, Mount Hotham is a big U shape. Exactly, Gavin, that's exactly what I'm talking about. So at Hotham, with about 10k to go. Beautiful climb. You can look up and see where you've got to go. Which sucks when you're down there, but when you're up, you can look back and go, holy crap, that's where we've come from. Brilliant. Brilliant climb. How tall am I? 181, I think. 181, 182. Plus or minus 1% of the tape measure. All right. Did I say I was sitting on 200? Yeah, it's not bad. Cadence is a little better here. Ironman, no. Triathlon, yes. Bike leg of triathlon. I proposed to Von mid-race of an Ironman triathlon. That freaked everyone out. She said, yeah. Do you expect more devices like the Elite Sterzo in the future? Well, first of all, we have to see the electronic Sterzo if they're going to make one of those. I don't know, Remco. How many more things can we add on before we say, you know what? It feels like I'm driving Homer Simpson's car on here. It's got a button here and this there and that there, and I don't know. If you got a rocker plate, a steering plate, the Kickr Climb, your mobile companion app, power pedals, like it gets a little busy. Sometimes we need to simplify, and the video I'm working on now and part of today's video is exactly that, simplifying your setup. No ant sticks today, no USB extensions, just Bluetooth. Turning it on and riding. Oh, there's a train of riders here. Banana is good when starving, yeah. Banana's always good. Whew. 157 BPM, what can I push it to? Depends how unfit I am. If I'm unfit, it'll go past 190. Threshold when TTing and fit, bumping around 180, 185. Hey, a couple of new subscribers coming through. Really appreciate that, thank you guys. That's what keeps the channel ticking along. So we passed 100,000 subscribers a couple of weeks back, and things are still shooting upwards, which makes me happy. Keeps the YouTube algorithm gods happy too. Not complaining, about 13%. All my legs. Mic, exactly. Kickr 18 and Kickr CORE adding cadence makes the Apple TV happy. Not me, have it corner 13. Unlucky, they should have put that upside down, shouldn't they? What program do I use to stream my videos? OBS. So today's setup is OBS on the Windows machine, capture card bringing in the Apple TV, another capture card bringing in the phone, Blue Yeti microphone just here. What else? And an Elgato green screen behind me. Oof. I just need to enter a word of quietness now for this section. You can't use a keyboard with Apple TV. You can use this wonderful device here, which needs to Dynafire, or the companion app. What road bike do I ride now? Two giant TCRs at the moment. Brett, What Bike Adam thoughts? Yeah, my review's up on the What Bike Adam on this channel. Nothing's changed since any latest updates. Not for me, definitely not for me. Difficult to distinguish between a gear change and a gradient change. Very low interaction or integration with what's on screen on Zwift. Just not my thing. And I can spin it out in a sprint. So it needs an update for sure. Okay, come on. Guess is on time. I think this would be probably an hour 20 now. We'll see. If you have the companion app, even if you're logged in or not, you can still jump on and give me a ride on. You'll see it pop up there on screen. So you can see here, I can give ride-ons as I'm riding by pressing the circle there. Oof. If you search for me, if you've got me on the added as a friends list on the companion app there in Zwift, you can jump in and give me a quick ride on there. 3.9 million drops. What to buy? Whatever happened to the third-party remote for Apple TV? Not sure. I haven't looked into them. All right, legs are feeling it now. 276 concurrent viewers. Thanks for dropping by. I really appreciate it. Having someone to chat to, or 283 people to chat to, makes the time go fast. And hopefully the questions that people are asking also helps everyone else out at the same time. I get quite a few emails and direct messages about tech support and help. It's difficult for me to spend time getting back to every single person. If I can answer in here, on the chat, or wherever the chat is showing up, it's much better. Updated Kickr 2019. We don't know. If we did, it'd be under NDA, so you're not going to find out here. And Wahoo won't. We'll have to wait. Eurobike, I guess. Oof. 12%. How good's 12%? I love it. It's like the Apple remote. Whew. Okay, do I know something about the Apple TV new Zwift release? It was supposed to be out a long time ago. No. Anything new that I can talk about will be up here so goddamn fast, you won't believe it. Hey, thanks Scott for the message. Thoughts on the new Tax Neo 2T? Yep. It's better than the 1 and 2 for the wheel slip. Yeah, it's just the updated one of those. Thanks, Neil. Oh, appreciate the support. What are we, 43 minutes in? We're only 5Ks in. Let's do it. Need some pumping tunes, but YouTube doesn't like me pumping tunes. ETAP or DI2? Asks Michael. DI2. Oh, mechanical on this bike. Robert from New York, in lockdown. Can I say something about the pro teams on Zwift? Where have they been for so long? Lots of pro riders have been on Zwift for a long time. Greipel's always been on Zwift. What's nice is there's something they can use and interact with. So it's good that Zwift built this platform, obviously not for the virus or for any pandemics or anything, but it gives them a choice, or an option to go out there and interact with fans, their other teammates. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. And it doesn't appear to be too commercialised yet. I don't think we'll see Movie Star on Zwift. They're linked to Be Cool. Be interesting to see if we see the Wahoo sponsored teams on Zwift or Sufferfest, because Wahoo now owns Sufferfest. Mitchell and Scott, they're all over Zwift at the moment. Who else? Israel's Startup Nation, are on Zwift. Not complaining, I'm just meditating internally. Am I watching the comments on Zwift itself? Asks Brandon. In Zwift itself. I am. Do I ever stand up when riding hills? Sure. I'm just cruising today. My little guy does the standing for me. Thanks, bro. Oh, I was going to try and do the high five on the keyboard, but Apple TV. Lewis asks, what level in Zwift do you need to be to unlock the Alpe Zwift? 12. I think it's 10 to get into the jungle, 12 for Alpe Zwift. Or, if you have a friend riding Alpe Zwift who has access, or there's an event that does the course, you can be any level. How far are we? We are not halfway. I appreciate people hanging around. 300 viewers. Hey, thanks for joining in. These lives aren't my standard content. I typically do products and reviews and things that we can look at the data and those things talk for themselves. We just add a bit of a voice to it. These ones are just my general chat sessions, which I do really appreciate the questions coming through in real time here. Not scripted, no agendas. Only got to get to the top of this climb on the mountain bike, as I promised on the ZwiftCast this week. If you don't listen to the ZwiftCast, sign up, tune in. We're going weekly now on the ZwiftCast, hosted by Simon Schofield, with Nathan Guerra and myself, chiming in from our own unique perspectives on everything. It's always so much fun recording those. Like I say with Ray in our podcast, if we could release the parts where we're not recording, we'd get in a lot of trouble. It's good banter. But no, it's always fun doing podcasts. As I said at the start of this, I can talk about this all day long. Charlie asks, do I do any weight training? 0. And whilst I was competing, 0. If I was a sprinter, maybe. I only had enough kick to get around a few riders in a breakaway or something. That's all I focused on. I think 1350 was what I topped out at in the sprint. But TTs and sustained efforts, force usually isn't a limiter. It's these things. It's the lungs. And the just the threshold, what do you call it? Adaptation to pain. Just right at the limit and holding. Have I had any of my NDAs or embargoes extended because the business delayed due to releases in the current environment? Yes, yeah. 1, 2, I think there's 3 I can count off. So yeah, has a direct impact. Kickr CORE or Elite Dorado X. I've got to say they're probably very similar. You'd have to go there for price and after sales support and buy based on that. I'm on the CORE today and it's providing enough resistance for me to be uncomfortable. Best time up the Alpe, I think I was around 53 minutes. Spin on the, sorry I just missed that question, I'll scroll back up. Spin on a 2T. Spin on the 2T, I'm not quite sure what that means. Can you chat with people who ride next to you on Zwift in a group with headphones? No. There was talk early on for Zwift to go voice and add voice. The problem there is open mic. I'm not talking about people going to the toilet halfway through a ride and ripping a massive fart for everyone to hear. It's the fan sounds and the trainer sounds. If you're on a Le Mans Revolution in a group of 10 people, you're going to own that conversation with white noise. So, now look ahead, that's the ski-free monster, I swear. Now this guy, I reckon that's what they're trying to do there. It's too similar. Route calculation error on the Garmin. I'm indoors. That's a new one. Where was I? Yeah, open mic. So Discord is what a lot of people use on here for the same thing. But again, you're adding more complexity to your setup, which it can be a little intimidating. If you're trying to show someone how to use Zwift for the first time, if someone came in here and had a look at all the crap I've got set up, they'd be like, hell no. I'm sure they've launched people on the moon with less technology and cables and wires and crap. Where can you find the podcast with myself and Ray? iTunes or anywhere, just Fit File Podcast. F-I-T-F-I-L-E, Fit File. Smartwatch is a 945 Garmin Forerunner. Which is handy to carry around because it's got ANT and Bluetooth support. If I need to collect some data from something and I don't have a head unit, this can do it. Alrighty. Is the mountain bike slower on the road? Yes, it is. The mountain bike is slower on the road. Are there any power meters that would be good for a gravel bike with subcombat chain rings? Depending on the spider type and crank type, there's a few options there. Quark would be a solid option. I think Power to Max, though I haven't had any hands-on with Power to Max. People say good things. The Asioma pedal hack for SPDs. Any ideas when the Kickr bike will be available in Australia? Asks Mark. Given recent events, who knows? Is it value for money? Again, it depends on use. Like a Ferrari is going to be handy if you're ripping around a racetrack, but if you're just going to Aldi and back, it's not worth it. If you're going to use it every day, every second day, yeah. Brandon asks, there's a good way to get noticed in comments. Do I ever drink Powerade Zero on the bike and or on Zwift? In Australia we have Staminade, which is a sugar drink mix that has some magnesium. I've always found that to be beneficial. What cadence am I on? Holy wow, that just bit. Do I have any experience with oval chain rings? Asks Vince. No, absolutely none, and I'm going to keep it that way until we see some evidence or some studies that support use of oval chain rings. We really don't. If they work for some, I'm totally okay with that. I won't say they don't work for some. A lot of people put them on with power meters that don't support oval chain rings, and they get a 6% boost in power and think they're going faster. You're not, your power meter's just reporting a bit more. It depends on your pedal stroke. They also say you've got to use them for 6 weeks to know if there's any training difference. Typically if you're spending money on something, you spend 6 weeks on focused training, measuring yourself, you're going to get better. So is there that's a real effect there, but is it the chain rings or is it the training? Any advice for a 7-year-old starting on Zwift? First up, anybody under 16 gets free Zwift. So my first advice is don't pay for it. Contact Zwift and get yourself that free junior account. Secondly, have fun. Have fun. Don't worry about how fast anyone else is. Just ride the climb yourself. Try and ride faster tomorrow. Try and do it 10 times in a row. Just not Alpe Zwift. Maybe Watopia Wall. Challenge yourself. Have fun. Get a couple of mates on and race people of the same age and ability. Don't try and race the big greats. But 7 years old, spin, 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 and get outside and rip some mad skids, build some jumps, go full send, break a collarbone. What else can you do as a junior? Just enjoy it, have fun. Crash your bike, but wear a helmet. Whew. You've been getting free Zwift for years now, but your last free year, then you've had years to plan this out. Any idea why people tell me that wider tyres are faster on pavement? There should be some studies on that online. It's about the surface area. It depends on what pavement type. Before a time trial out on the road, we'd always go and have a look at the road surface. Chris Sullivan, turn 4, boom. and tyre pressures. We'd adjust our tyre pressure based on the road surface, our racing line in time trials. If you're from the UK, you know this non-stop anyway. A lot of testers over there. But typically a wider tyre will go over crappy surface better than a skinny tyre, which will push up, which if you're putting your energy up and you're pushing the bike up as the tyre rolls over, that's losing energy. If you roll over, the energy is pushing forward. Probably much better explained by a mechanical engineer. Good advice for anyone 7 to 72. The advice for 70-year-olds at the moment, stay the F home. You're gonna die. Is that too brutal? No, I want to be strong with the message. Stay home. Shit's real out there. Hey Torben, thanks for subscribing. We've got 320 people in the chat or in the view at the moment. 317. Did my stumbling piss people off. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. It really helps out. It keeps the channel ticking along. Once you've subscribed, if you want to hit the little alert bell, you can be notified straight away as soon as videos go up. If not, turn notifications off and just pop back whenever you want. That's fine. But as long as you're a subscriber to the channel, that helps out. I should do videos on dual recording for Zwift power transparency. Yeah. Like stepping into a room of anti-vaxxers at the moment, or climate deniers. There's a lot of shit. If you want to dual record. It's easy to do. Here's how to do it. Like that, and hit go. There's no trick to it. Just record from two different sources. The shit show becomes, have you calibrated? Have you set the offset? Are you using left only? There are so many questions that come through on that. Hey, 3 subscribers in a row. Thank you so much, guys. That is brilliant. I really appreciate that. As I said, if you're annoyed by the upload times, because my times in Australia are always a little bit weird, I don't want people to get notifications in the middle of the night. You can mute those, but as long as you're subscribed, that helps out. Andrea says hello. Is a trainer-specific tyre worth it for a dumb trainer? They're not necessary, but they're better. Typically quieter, and they can put up with more heat because that all that energy has to go somewhere. It's typically into heat. How are we doing? Nearly 8Ks in. I want to hold on all my trainers, so I'm not trying to complain. Somebody said early on, if I complain more than 5 times, they get a trainer from me. Okay, almost time for Cliff Bar. Is it worth buying a Neo 2T if you only have a mountain bike? Yeah, sure. The 2T supports SRAM Shimano. You can buy the XDR driver for it if you're running Eagle or Axis Eagle. It's compatible with everything. Thanks, Cam. I'm trying to do okay with the content if this whole body holds up the climb. So this challenge, I threw the challenge down on the ZwiftCast last week that we should come up with something we have to tick off. And people were saying that climbing the Alpe Zwift on the mountain bike was super slow. So I said to the boys, how about we all do that then? Nathan and Simon weren't up for it. A lot of listeners got the jump. And over on the ZwiftCast listeners page, they put up a couple of photos and things. So I've got to do it. So here we are, slogging to the top on the old boat anchor. Or new boat anchor. Sorry, Scott. Come on, I'm a roadie. Anything heavier than 7 kilos is a boat anchor. Alrighty. Christy, thanks for the subscription, much appreciated. Yeah, AC would be nice in the house. Unfortunately, we've got Von and Max in the house too. We only have one internal system, so I can't just turn AC on in this room. Now that would be a good idea. Just to put one, just a wall mount thing on here. Ooh. Next upgrade, might be one. Stefan thought I was going to wait for Zwifting until next winter. Yeah, look, this is effectively a second winter we're in now. That everyone's, oh, what is it, 9%? Everyone's now indoors. There we go. Pure trash. Sean, that's exactly what my legs feel like at the moment, pure trash. Well spotted. Do I think the Zwift server will be able to keep up with the increased load? Yeah. Given Zwift had a hard time when things went down last time, they've had a few hiccups in the last few days, but they should have load tested for sure. We'll see. Miguel, thanks for the subscription. Much appreciated. I'm going to reach out and touch those walls. Oof. 11%, come on. Hey, Bike Mike throws in some coin. Thanks, Bike Mike. Copies on me. Much appreciated. I keep forgetting there's a tip jar in there. So the channel's got a few ways to support me. First of all, viewing is number one. If you just view the videos, brilliant. That's what I make them for. If you're interested in the content, that is. Brandon, first of all, do I ever drink Red Bull on the bike? Before a time trial, hell yeah. Caffeine hit, boom. So first of all, view the videos, that works. Liking the videos bumps them up a little bit more. If you like them, I'm going to tell you them. If you don't like something, you don't have to like it. Subscribing to the channel helps out. There's also memberships to the channel with 3 membership tiers, and there's a little tip jar there for the live streams. Whew. There's a few ways. It's all about the views. Comments also really help out. I'm in the small ring at the moment, Spencer. Whew. I'm feeling it now. What are we on? We're on to an hour? Close to it. Corner 6, that lets off. 1%, 0%. They weren't wrong. I'm holding what I said I would. 200, 220. Yeah, good. Very good. Bashar, thanks for the sub. Really appreciate it. Dislikes helps too. Yeah, it does. Any interaction with the content. V Mitchich says right on. Thanks, Vaughn. We have to get Max an account now too. Carl C. Carl, what do you think my trainer would be set to? Come on. Don't say 0, it'll hurt my feelings. It's at 100. Vince, yeah, thanks for the tip on subscribing an AUD this week. Yeah, so if you're a Zwift subscriber in Australia and you signed up ages ago, you may be on a legacy payment plan or a legacy subscription that costs you US dollars. This week we saw a 17-year low in the Aussie dollar. Brilliant if you get paid in US dollars. Bad if you're buying things in Australian dollars with US currency, or you know what I'm trying to say. It went down. So if you were paying $16 a month on Zwift through PayPal, it was up to $28 plus international transaction fees. Horrible. So the tip there, unsubscribe, which cancels your subscription, resubscribe through your Zwift dashboard. You won't lose any of your stats. You'll now be charged, or have the option to be charged in the correct currency and not be screwed over. So I think we saved quite a few people $5 this week, which is good. And that's all to do with the currency at the moment. Through the floor. In the past it was meh. It was 50 cents or $1. You know, what's it matter? $5? It doesn't matter. Okay. What do I think of the time trial races in Zwift? I think every race in Zwift is a time trial. Every race is a time trial in Zwift because there's no coasting. In road races, you can position yourself, have a chat to your mate, have something to eat. Someone works on the front, do your shoe up. Try and do any of that in Zwift race, poof, you're off the back. How much caffeine do I consume before a TT? Dr. Slade and I did a video on exactly this a few years ago, which is still up on the channel. So if you type in HP Tech caffeine, maybe even Gplama caffeine, you'll see it. I believe it was around, but do check this before going off your head on caffeine. I think it was 3 to 4 milligrams per kilo of body weight. But timing was important. If you were to have a no dose 5 minutes before a time trial, too late. You need to take it 45 minutes. Chewing gum, caffeinated chewing gum, ingestion time was a bit quicker with that. But the video covers all of this. Oof. Lee, good question. Does the subscription trick work with a 12-month gift card? Let me think. If you've got a 12-month gift card, I'd let that run out first before resubscribing. One for Zwift support, maybe. Oh, we have a phone notification. Is anyone getting these weird calls from Gaboon? Of course, Gaboon, Lithuania. Gaboon, of course. How do telcos not deal with that? So you get those junk calls. They will call and just hang up straight away, and the scam is for you to call that back. You can block international calls, but that kind of screws things up when you're trying to validate things online with second factor auth. Okay, further questions? Let me have a look here. Oh, do I use Zwift running much? I don't have a running machine, no. No. And to be honest, there's not a lot of demand for me to produce running content. I just wish Strava would make some new features. My new Strava feature videos do really well every week, which is always fun. There's a lot of people on Strava. Oof. My old vids on packing a saddlebag and pedal removal. If you haven't seen my video on pedal removal, it was a tip that I was showing a while back. It removes, you know how some pedals go this way, some pedals go this way, depending on if your bike's upside, it's all hard. My simple how to remove bicycle pedals the simple way, Gplama, search for that, mind blown. It's just press down, pull up on the, press down, pull up, done. You change pedals in 30 seconds. Every single time. No chain rings, tattoos, no buggerizing around, it's just done. Super simple. Thoughts on the Kinetic R1? Asks Nick S. Yeah, it's not ready. And it's still not ready. I have one. I don't know. Kinetic have always struggled in the smart game. Brilliant for the dumb trainer stuff. Not sure. There's a few people who love it. There's a few ambassadors who are quite evangelical about it. Whatever the word is. They bang on about how good it is. For what they do, fine. For what I do here, no. If there's a significant firmware upgrade for it, I'll retest, but for now, they've had to drop the price. Again, sometimes I get targeted for what I say in my reviews. It's not me. Just make a good product. I have no skin in the game whether you buy one or not. People just want to know if they're good. I'm not going to be able to eat much. Oh, right. What's better, Suto or Diretto? They're very similar. The Suto comes with a cassette. Yeah, no 30-day PR on here. Why is that? I did it a couple of weeks back. Oh. Not on this machine though. Are those 30-day PRs only saved on this machine? They should be synced to my account, I would have thought. A cliff bar that's green, hence the green screen. Not working with it. You can read my watts through here. Brandon, how long has Alpe Zwift in feet? I have no idea. I don't work in feet. Do I think that COVID-19 is cause of all this decrease in watts per kilo? Hang on, what? Set price for Zwift in Australia, I think it's $21.99, including GST. Do I Zwift while biking outdoors? I have, but there's no reason to. Grind! We're almost there. We're gonna hit the hour. Oof! Will Zwift ever expand past levels 50? Don't know. Oof! George, great job. Always look forward to my journalism. Thanks, mate. I'm not trained in journalism at all. I've never taken a media course in my life. I'm tech. Oh, and that's Max. Hey, Max. Hey, Bubba. Want to come and give everyone a wave? Yeah, stick your hand in, mate. Here he comes. Look out. Hey, Bub. Maxie. Everyone a wave. Yay! Dad's riding, mate. We're nearly at the top, buddy. Almost there. Everyone say good day to Max. We can't show his face on TV. Hey, buddy. Good to see you. Best part about it, he's got a full head of hair and a bum chin like Dad. Makes me proud, this little guy. Don't you, mate? We love you. And his mum too. Doing a great job. Ah, mate. You stop chirping. Oh, he's fascinated by the colours. Yeah? Was that up, up, up? Up? Hey, Brad 75's waving at you, Max. Finish chirps. He's loving the screen at the moment. Corner 3. Corner 3. Let's go, Max. Hey. Mike says, g'day, Maxie. Here we go. Can you get a thumbs up? Where's your little thumb? There we go. Thumbs up. It's too small. I'll snap it off, mate. Good to see you, buddy. Oh, there's lights and everything in here, isn't there? Oof. Bum chin, yeah, for sure. Max says spin. Maxie. I'm trying, mate. Now he's sitting on a trainer box. Good on him. It's good being a dad. Yeah, really? Up. Trying. He's my biggest fan. Have you subscribed, Max? Have you subscribed? Make sure you hit subscribe below, Max, to support the channel. We'd love it. More worlds than Zwift in one day, I hope so. Very busy today. What is it? 19,720 riders on. Do the different colours on the corners denote difficulty? I don't know, Bernard. I'm not sure. Zwift Insider. We'll have to get them to look into that one. Eric's usually across all those little details. Hey, Max. Hey, bud. I can see your 2 teeth. Yeah. He's loving it. Hey? Yeah? What are we doing after this? We're eating the blanket, that's what we're doing after this, obviously. No, the kid doesn't have a kid's bike. He can't work yet. Walk. Or work. As soon as you can get to work, Max, you're doing some video editing, alright? You agree? Ah, jeez. Where are we? Oof, come on, we're nearly there. Really appreciate the views. 324 views, awesome. Yeah, Max, yeah. 324, you hear that? They're all here for you, buddy. Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, I love this kid so much. He is so good. Nearly there, mate. Go, go, go. Max is 7 months. Aren't you, Max? Even has a passport too, don't you? Which is useless right about now. Hey? We can't go anywhere. That's alright, mate. We've got enough places to go here in Australia, haven't we, mate? Yeah? Yes, we do. He's loving it. Yeah? You see the green screen? That hides all the dad's mess. Yeah. There's lots of mess behind there, isn't there? 106 minutes of the mountain bike, Chris Sullivan. Hell yes, good job. Oof. More calls from Gaboon. Oh, must have scammer friends in Gaboon, Von. I'd love to set up just a voicemail that charges people to leave messages, and I get a clip from that. So you could just have those scam callers just ring up and you just hang on to them and hang on to them. That'll stop them pretty damn quick. Always monetize. Yeah, Max. Is it possible for an American to be charged in AUD for Zwift in order to save on the monthly subscription? As I said to that question on Zwift Oz today, or the other day, I'm not that savvy in international fraud. So if you want to go there yourself, grab yourself an address from someone and give it a shot. Until the dollar flips the other way, then you're screwed. Have I met vegan cyclists? No, I haven't met him. We almost crossed paths in Vegas, almost. Cycling trailers. We're on it, Max. What do you reckon? We'll get some maxi comms. Are they baby comms? Is it? Oh, come on now. Hey, Max. He knows it's getting serious if I'm out of the saddle. Yeah, we're looking at the Tula range. Tula have looked after us here for a couple of years, many years, whilst out racing. So we support them there by still using their products even after we race. Do I still do those big ring hill sprint workouts? Not recently. Hey! Oh, hey, thanks for subscribing. Thanks, Max. High fives, bro. Yeah! He's loving life at the moment. Max wants more watts. We're almost there, man. Come on, Max. We can do it. Whew. We're going to get the challenge done. Oh, yeah. Oh, Von says I've got to screen cap this. Let's do it. Alex, thanks for the sub. Much appreciated. That keeps the wheels turning. Whoo! This has been good. It's been really good. But if you're looking at doing something crazy like this, have a goal, jump on, get it done, get some music loaded up, and yeah, it adds to it all. Maxie's my only kid that we're aware of, Von. Look, I just got there. Legally speaking, of course. No, yes, Max is. Max is the first. Who put this hill there right at the end? Come on. How many excuses do I have? Oh, none, Von. None. Max said none left. We're out. Okay, here's the deal. What will I get at the top? Gloves. So if you're not aware, at the top there's a spinning wheel. Yeah, Max. And every time you go across the top, you'll get a prize. Everyone always gets the gloves. I always get the gloves. What you want are the lightweight wheels. So we'll see. Cheers, Scott. Hey, Max. Hey, buddy. Yes. Yeah. How's your Sunday, buddy? Is it good? I'd rather be sitting on Mum's knee than smashing out what's on the bike too, buddy. One of us is lucky. Oh, that's a Garmin, don't eat that. So if you ate it, I have to put it up on Strava once it comes out. Oh. Ah, he doesn't think that's Max is stealing the show. Right at the end. Let's get it. Let's get it. What are we going to get? Is the Shimano power meter working properly now? No, and it never will. It's a design flaw in the base crank. And don't let anyone tell you anything else. And that's not just me saying that. It's the engineer who designed those things. On a different company, of course, but same fundamental saying that too. A Quark the best for crank and crank pedal. Spider, yeah. Quark are a good solution. Hey, GG in game. Oh, come on now. Am I going to get 13th place? That's lucky. That is lucky. Let's see the bright side in that. There it is.
Go.
Come on. No, I won't get 13th, one just says, because... No, hang on, someone... We'll see, but I want these wheels. Let's do it. Okay, so... Spin wheel coming up. That was a slog. We'll have a chat on the way down too. Free K's on the way down. Free XP. Let's go, Max. What are we going to get? What are we going to get?
Snip it.
Here we go. Oh, clap. Come on down. The helmet. Oh, I don't want the helmet. That was good training regardless. All good. That's all good. Wheels for sure. Damn it, Neil. What happened there, mate? Oh. Yeah, Max is done. All fun and games, though. That's what it's about. Gloves. Yeah, you bugger. If I'd have got gloves, I would have rage quit. No, that was good. Really appreciate the company there. 342 viewers for that right at the top. That's what I love about the platform, and that's what I saw when I saw Mitchell and Scott using the platform in this current time of everyone being indoors and shit going down in the world. They're having fun. They're getting out there. They're communicating. And Jack Hager's. I mean, I was always a fan of Jack, even after he stole a comm from me up. I think it was Mount Alexander many years ago. I'm more of a fan of these guys now, seeing that they can use social media very well. They interact. They're lifting their profile with everyone. So looking at the good in this. Call it bidden half full rather than bidden half empty. As long as it's only you that's drinking out of the bidden. Don't share biddens at the moment. 10 times, says Chris. I don't know how many times I've been up there. It's not 25 anyway. I haven't unlocked that one. There's another goal that I won't throw out there in the ZwiftCast because we can't get that done within the week. Who's got the 25? Nathan will have it, no worries. Don't know about Simon though. I think Simon revealed that he wasn't level 50. Did he edit that out of the podcast? Someone listen, let me know. If you listen to the ZwiftCast latest episode, so Nathan and I gave him heaps when we found out that he wasn't level 50. Simon's been off the bike as well for quite a few months, just recently too, with some health issues, so that's fine. But He should have been level 50 before level 50 existed. Come on, Simon. Oh, good. Tin Man, thanks for your comments, mate. Really appreciate it. These things are... yeah, well, I work at the moment effectively in isolation. Von's here, Max is here. Rides of Japan! Yes! Alright, shout outs to Rides of Japan. Check this out. Boom. Throws in some dollars. Tobias, we love your work, mate. And I hope you found some nicks with the correct inseam length and everything. If no one knows what I'm talking about, let's go have a look at that. Rides of Japan, great content, mate. Really well done. I love that you... it's just a guy and his bike and the quest for cleanliness, good equipment. Yeah, brilliant channel. I love it. I really do. Alrighty. That's cool. Okay, so Rides of Japan. Where have you put it in? I might have watched them all actually. In here. Here we got. Oh, where are you, mate? We'll get there. Oh, my suggested feed. Yeah, apologies for that. Does that search suggest what I've been searching on? Anyhow. Awkward. It's usually a lot of llamas. Boom, here we go. 35 times at the climb, 25 plus. Yeah. All right, so Rides of Japan. Hit up this Instagram account. Also hit up Rides of Japan's YouTube account too. Good content, just well paced. Just, I love it. Love it. Good escapism content. And from Japan. Where's his live stuff? There we go. Bib Short Dilemma. Hash 20 for top power for 20. Number for top power for 26. What's? Are you asking my? Hey, we're mountain biking down the hill. Can't we just send it off sideways? My best power for 20 seconds. If you're asking that, I'm not sure. My sprints never last for 20 seconds. I'm never a long sprinter. Short, 1350 I think is the short stuff outdoors. So there's Rides of Japan's quest to find bib shorts for skinny people. And people going through too many options to have a look at. But that's called going down the rabbit hole looking for a good pair of bibs. It was good. CV's going to be with us for a while. Get used to the Zwift for the foreseeable future. Yeah, top power. My max power is like 1350. I'm not a sprint dog at all. That's all I ever needed. I did train my sprint a little bit because I'd always be for road races. I'd try and get into a breakaway of 3, 4, 5 people, and not have to sprint a big bunch. Or in a handicap, that's all you'd be working with anyway. Which is the chop races you see on Zwift. We were doing those out in the real world here quite a lot in Australia. So only the 1350 is all I had. It's also about sprint craft and knowing the road, knowing your bike, knowing the gear to be in, knowing how to read someone. You'll see so many races where someone doesn't read the sprint. And if you've done some track work, I have years ago, they'll teach you how to read someone. Yeah, when they're looking back at you, as soon as they turn their head this way back, you jump then, because by the time they hear you and see you again and acknowledge what's going on, it's just the basics. They're very basics. You get taught that as a junior. But you see so many people screw that up too. So you don't have to have the biggest sprint in the shed. You just have to know when to use it. It's going through some very old YouTube videos of mine, well before I was a YouTuber. And yeah, Von used to capture quite a few of the race finishes there. It's kind of fun watching the old stuff. Alright, Rides of Japan. Anyway, there you go. Shout outs. Bloody great content. And a beautiful bike too, really. Look at that. Off, we're back. Sorry, OBS just come up saying the connection dropped out on me. We're on the downhill anyway, so hopefully people have enjoyed this one. If it does drop out from here on out, I'm not sure that there's any restrictions there. Oh, look at the people coming up the hill. That's awesome. Let's get back to full screen. Let's do this. Working some turns on the way down. Look at those XP flying through the roof. Yes! I'm not calling you a fat ass. I was wondering if Zwift would help with weight loss. Brandon, yeah, sure, it does. But the one thing I found that helps with weight loss, I'm not one to give out bloody weight loss advice. What worked for me? Diet. It's all diet. It's all diet. You could work your ass off on the bike and do a 5-hour ride. You've then got to fuel for that. And then to do it again, you've got to fuel for that. So you're going to put more food in your mouth. But it's just about choosing the right foods and right quantity. As I was rambling about a while back, leading up to Tour of Bright, I dropped down to 68 kilos. And that required going to bed hungry. That's a different focus though. That wasn't weight loss for lifestyle. That was a weight loss to try and win a race in a couple of weeks or months. It's just volume. Volume of food. I love pizza. Who doesn't love pizza? But don't stress it. Just enjoy the bike. Shit. If anything in the last couple of weeks has taught us, nothing's ever a sure thing. Enjoy the now. Go subscribe to Rides of Japan. Get lost in that content over there for a bit. Just, yeah, Jesus. What a time, hey? What a time. I do hope everyone's well. Call your family today, too. Give your mum a call. Give your dad a call. Give your friends a call. Just, you can't transmit this stuff over the phone. So touch base with all your friends. Send them a message. Say good day. Everyone's going through this shit at the moment. And who knows where it's going to end up, hey? Steve, I'm not quite sure what I did the climb in, mate. Let's have a look. I think I screen capped it. Von told me to screen cap it. I'll have to find it here in the photos. Oh no, hopefully there's no incriminating photos. What is it, 71? Oh, hello, phone. Nothing like a rando disconnect. Oh, it did too. That's alright. Let's have a look at here. 7112 on the mountain bike, just chatting along. I seem to have lost the phone. We can just coast this bit. I do appreciate everyone watching. It makes the time tick by really fast for me. It's a bit of a selfish endeavour, these ones where I'm jumping on doing the Ks and everyone's just sitting there watching. If you're riding yourself, good job. If you ask some questions and got some answers, that's cool. Throw some more questions in if you haven't asked a question yet. The rest is pizzas today. Man, I could go some Forge Pizza's the one here in Ballarat, Forge. And they also do a, sorry, before I go into my pizza story, have any other questions, throw them down. I'll be on here for a few more minutes. Happy to answer any questions, tech stuff, bike stuff, you name it. Forge Pizza do a, get this, oh look at those corners. Get this, pizza base, white chocolate, and it's strawberry topping or something. There was strawberry topping white chocolate pizza. Now I'm hungry. Now I am hungry. So is Max, if you can hear him. He's loving it. Alright. Hat. No hats here. So that was the Kickr CORE. Had a fair punch up the hill there. Boom, let's go back there. Dish out some ride-ons. Oof. Milking this for what it's worth. Best pizza in my local town? Yeah, it's going to be Forge Pizza. Anybody from Ballarat? Forge Pizza? They have some pretty nice pizzas. Thanks for saving money on the Shimano power meter non-purchase. Cheers, I guess. Look, as soon as they make a power meter, that's great. Again, as I said previously, I don't like doing bad reviews. Whether the review is good or bad, it's the product that determines that. I have no preference for companies. If someone makes it a good, company X makes a good product, guess what? We talk about the good product. Or the product being good. If company Y makes a crap product, we talk about that. It gets a bit personal sometimes, and there's always people and humans behind products and things, but yeah, Shimano aren't too friendly towards me, but fuck it. I mean, damn, they, it's what they make. I love Di2. Love Di2. So they make a new power meter for their new group set this year. Great. We'll check it out. Simple. Easy. Done. It's their choice. It's their choice. We had InPeak on the live stream the other night on one of my Instagram live feeds. So InPeak chimed in. The story on that was good. They made a power meter that they sent me, and the offset was drifting. It wasn't no good for what I did. I couldn't understand what was going on. Send all the details back. I did a video. They come back with a new firmware which almost nailed it, and then didn't quite get it. I sent them the data from the LAMA lab, and it was oscillating really weirdly. If you saw my eventual video on this, you'll see the process we went through. And then finally they sent a new firmware through on the unit that nailed it, absolutely nailed it. They got it right. We don't have Popeye's chicken here, Brandon. We don't have Popeye's chicken. We have KFC. We have Ollie's trolleys years ago. Max wants some KFC. Vero Asiomas, there we go. So if no one who'd heard of Vero before, nobody was on B Pros. They weren't that popular. They came out with a product that just worked. Bang, done. Someone's V-Everesting. Hell yes. 219 Ks in. So if we can go to Zwift, let's check this out. So someone's V-Everesting just below me here. Let's go. You can't see it because they're between my legs. There. We go to view, fan view. Oh, he would have just done 8850. That would have been it. What's Everesting? 885, 8845. I think that really is 2 meters after V-Everesting. Has to be it. 14 hours. Job done. It was 8848, I think was the full thing. How cool is that? Where's my thumbs up? Right on, dude. Hell yes. Boom. How good is that? SRSM2 or Wahoo Kickr Snap. Kickr Snap. The M2 packs a punch. Absolutely packs a punch, but the Kickr Snap has a bigger flywheel. There we go. We are done. We're going to go do the rest of the... we'll do a bit of a cool down on the jungle circuit. Cool. How flexible are me, Chris? Is that a pickup line? Have you used that before? Has it worked? I don't do any stretching. Outback Steakhouse in Australia? I don't think so. That's more of a tourist thing. It's funny, I love going to Australian restaurants overseas. They are hilarious. Does it feel like home? Absolutely not. That doesn't matter though. I like that they tried. Stephen, thanks for subscribing, mate. Much appreciated. Hey, if you're watching the stream now and you're not a subscriber to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. It helps out everything out. Helps keeps the YouTube algorithm happy and the channel up in everyone's feeds. You don't have to have the notifications on, so if I upload in the middle of the night wherever you are, you won't get a bing or a ding on your phone or an email or something. But if you want to have that on, that's cool. Other ways to support the channel: comments, thumbs ups, becoming a member, or sharing it out, commenting over on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter. Anyway, just follow me along. It's all good. Any interaction with the content just boosts everything up. All right, in the tunnel. So this, Apple TV 4K. And it worked. We got there. We got it done. Bluetooth. So Kickr CORE, bike, Apple TV. Today is a simple setup. And the mountain bike. I don't think I complain more than 5 times, so I think I get to keep all my trainers. Alrighty. Oh, what a beautiful shot through the mist there. And the thumbs. Is it a COVID shower, or is it? We have to ride through there after riding up the filthy mountain. That looks pretty cool. So Apple TV, that's not too bad for Apple TV. They're not made for doing 3D games. Apple TV is designed for Netflix and obviously Apple Plus and all that sort of stuff. It does pretty well to run a game. I still have the Kickr bike, yes. I try and hang on to equipment for as long as the lifespan of the equipment, for the company's lifespan or support lifespan of the equipment. So the Kickr CORE that I'm on now, it's a few years old, but there's always new firmwares out for it. We saw not long ago they updated the firmware to have cadence. So I covered that in the video. If not, I'd have to then get them to send me another one or go find it. It's just a bit hard. If I can keep a hold of it, it's all good. And if there's any other content I can do on them, someone figures out an interesting hack, I'll cover that too. Or we just get crazy and hook up 2 Kickrs at once with 2 chains on one bike to see if erg 200 plus erg 200 equals erg 400. And it does. Have a bit of fun. But eventually, yeah, that'll go back. John Cox, thanks for subscribing, mate. Much appreciated. Can I drop the feather here using this remote? How do we do it? Bike shops don't typically work on trainers that I'm aware of. Not the internals of trainers anyway. They're computers. As for the mechanicals of trainers, free hubs, cassettes, tuning, everything, yeah, sure, they should be able to do it. It's no different to another wheel. But the internals, not many people can work on those. They usually just go back to a service center or something. Okay, so how do I get to the feather up? Done. 2 ups. All right. Is the H2 a good first trainer for someone getting into this? Yeah, sure. H2, very similar to the H1, toothed belt, so it's not a silent trainer. The original H1 did suffer from some overheating issues. The H2 will still get very, very warm in its big enclosure. The H2, H1 and H3, yeah, that's good in sequence, isn't it? Are very well built trainers, rock solid. They are a giant heatsink, but they do get pretty warm. Just watch for that. Alright, outside I can easily hold 105 cadence on the Dorado. I struggle to hold 95 inside. Is it just flywheel rate? I'm only 63 kilos, asks Liam. Yeah, inside inertia is a little different. We even see recently Jack Haig saying, why am I so sore from riding on the trainer? It's different riding. So even a Tour de France rider who is riding 20 plus hours a week has done a few hours indoors and is getting sore from riding, indicating that the riding is a little different. So through Jack's some tips, I mean Jack doesn't need the tips, he's obviously got coaches and things, but for everyone else reading along it's nice to grab a hold of some things we can pass on. For me it was drink more indoors. It's always hotter indoors. If it's winter outside, you're not going to be sweating a lot. You'll come indoors and still not drink enough. Drink more than you think. So, on that, drink more than you think. And junk Ks. In training, we always say junk Ks are a waste of time. Why bother, spinning easy 10Ks? What's the benefit? Well, after a hard session, the benefit is it just spins the legs out. Just keeps the legs a little fresher the next day. So there's a tendency indoors, especially if you're doing just workout mode, to jump on, warm up, get the block done, then step off the bike. So for me, I'm within a few meters of my fridge and the coffee machine. Hell yeah, I'm gonna attack that coffee machine in a minute, don't worry about that. There's a tendency for me to just jump off and not cool down properly. Outdoors, however, if you're in the city, it's gonna take you 20 minutes, maybe 20 kilometers to get out of town. That's a good warm-up. You get the work done in the hills, and another hour, 20 minutes, 20 Ks, whatever, home. Those junk Ks actually work. They just flush everything out, like I'm doing right here. I could have jumped off at the bottom. No, let's just keep rolling. Let's just keep the legs spinning. If you're doing double days on Zwift, super important. You're not hydrating for the session you're just doing, you're hydrating for the next session. You're not spinning your legs out as part of this one. It's part of preparation for your next session. And at the moment, I'm guessing a lot of people are doing double days indoors. If someone like Haig is riding 20 hours outdoors, you're not going to do 5 or 6 hour rides indoors on the trainer. That sucks. 2 by 2 hours? Sure, that's doable. We're almost up to 2 hours here. It's only 12 o'clock. We could do another one later on, as long as the recovery is good though. And I said on the ZwiftCast this week, again, plug for the ZwiftCast, we're going weekly, given there's a lot more people on Zwift recently. I wonder how the pros are going with Zwift now. They're on board, and there's no coasting on Zwift. There's no let up. And Brandon asks, could I do Alpe to Zwift on smart rollers? I have, but it was it was chodes of fire, because on rollers you really can't stand up easily and just do a bit of that and stretch the legs out. It was painful. So you can do it, you can do anything. But for me, it's nice to be on a trainer like this that I can sit up, have a chat, jump on Instagram, give some ride-ons, grab another drink. Oh, almost done through those. Because on rollers, there would be definitely a tendency just to jump off when you're done. What do I think about there's no family pricing on Zwift? There is. Under 16s ride for free. That's the best family pricing I think you could ever get. If you want 2 adults to ride for a cheaper price, like, that's just shuffling the deck chairs. You're taking money from other people to provide the same service. It's not much anyway. I will go into bat for Zwift on this one. People are saying they should make it free during this period and inconvenience the company. Other companies making it free, sure. RGT have done that. It's a bit of a subscription drive. They need that. For Zwift, let's stand by them. Let's keep our subscriptions alive. We're using it. Allow them to do more things. I mean, imagine saying to you, if you owned a house and someone wasn't paying rent for the week, if you've got the choice to do that, great, that's fine. You still have to provide the rent, like a house over their head. There's still costs and expenses. So a lot of people are, your move, Zwift, come on, make it free. What, and then Zwift not be around next week? Or the same people thumping the table when the server goes down because they can only afford 1 server guy rather than 3? Swings and roundabouts. Swings and roundabouts. Good ride. God, we haven't gone very far though, 34 Ks. So I think it's perspective. And my local coffee shop here, just as a little story about right out my window. Sunday morning, just coming off a beautiful summer season. Not too cold, a little bit of rain around. Typically that place would be packed. There was no one in there today. No one. Through no fault of their own. They're losing money. Imagine walking there going, screw you, I want my coffee for free because I'm coming here for coffee. Come on. Glass half full. I think we've got to support. There's going to be a lot of people in a lot of shitty situations. Not just now, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. We just don't know. So, buy your coffee, put $2 in the tip jar, pay for your Zwift. If your kid's under 16, get a free account. And call your mum. Call your mum. Or think of your mum if she's not around anymore. Do something good today. Because the news is fucking not good. It's not good. All right. Why is someone grey on my list? Here we go. Is that a runner? It is. That's interesting. I haven't noticed that before. So on the screen you see, I'm just here. There's a runner, 2 riders up, athletes, and their time is in grey. And on the mobile you're seeing there, yeah, Zwift on Xbox and PlayStation Xbox would get more customers. No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't. It's a different demographic. That's the demographic who want to sit on their couch and play with these, not these. Which is fine, there's an audience for that. That's not what this world's built on. This world's built on, this is niche, don't get me wrong, this is niche. Like, you've got cyclists, it's just quite a small sport. You've got cyclists who like indoor stuff, cyclists who like this stuff indoors, so it cuts down the pie quite a lot. Opening that up to the gaming community, don't know. I'd love to see it work on one of those platforms, simply for the ease of use and the graphics, but I think there's still a lot of low-hanging fruit in regard to simplifying this process of getting this up and running, and hopefully I can be a part of that with the videos that I do before we look at gaming. I mean, really, imagine pressing a button, watching a little guy ride. That's not fun. Riding, though, is fun. That's my take anyway. Whew, all right. You've timed this well. Please tell me you did it on the Scott so it count towards the mission this month. Yeah, but I didn't select the mission though. I'm not doing the Cape Epic mission stuff. So I kind of missed out there. This was just so I wasn't shamed on the ZwiftCast next week when I said everyone should go and do the Alpe on the mountain bike. Zwift on Google Street View should be awesome. Would be awesome. Yeah. A company tried that. I don't think it's good enough for... See, what we're seeing here is all dynamically generated. Whereas at the Street View car, you're just going to go past people with blurry faces and people pulling moons if they see this. So whether that will be fun or not, it's up to you. And it's also about the quality of the elevation data in Street View. If it's too jagged, it'd be really weird. This is all very curated with the gradients. Zwift is more GPU dependent, although there's a lot of different information out there at the moment regarding that. But if you have an i5, an i3 should run it fine. An i5 should run it no worries. I'm running an i7, actually it's an i9 in the big box here. But it does have a tendency to push a video card pretty hard, depending on your settings. Hey Anthony, you just stumbled onto it. How often do I do it? Not often, mate. Not really often at all. My typical content is products, technical specs of products, and bike stuff. Hey Daniels, how you doing? I can't chat. I can chat on here. Where's my chat? I'll do a g'day in here. G'day. Got to be careful with that one. If it mistypes, could be a bit awkward. No, live stream every now and then. It's not something that I build this channel on, live streams. It just whenever I can, and it suits everything. Hopefully the defense returns shortly. Yeah, it's no fence is an interesting one. I like the fence. It serves a really good purpose for group rides. A lot of people join a group ride and don't realise that you shouldn't ride off the front. And one thing I'll always bang on about is they have a negative impact on the experience of others. And that's not what we should strive for, either on purpose or not on purpose. Jungle loop, no thanks. Swipe, epic com. Let's go back down the hill. If anything, ride by yourself, do yourself, or then elevate other people as well with what they do in their performance or their experience. If you're in a group ride and you want to jump off the front and you're dragging everyone else or you're creating gaps, it's not what they're for. You're in a race, balls out, go, wah! Who cares? That's what a race is for. But, yeah, there is a purpose for the fence. Look at the train of mountain bikers, this is awesome. I really appreciate people who have joined in. $232 viewers, much appreciated. I think people stuck around to see if I actually would make it to the top or not, and we did. If you're not a subscriber, again, I'm going to bang on about that. You've got to hit that subscribe button to support the channel. That really helps out, along with the views and the comments and everything. It's all good. We've got quite a few members, which is really handy. People, you can subscribe to the channel on 3 different membership tiers there. It's the middle one you want. There's a cheap one, a couple of dollars. There's the middle one, which you get access to everything. And there's a top one. And the top one is purely optional. It's about $14.99 Australian dollars. What's it? $8 or $9 US a month. And just to be part of that team. Whew. LCM and pedals on Apple TV, companion app. No. This is all Kickr CORE at the moment. Nothing through the companion app. Brandon, Zwift on Oculus VR would be awesome. It's already there. It already works. Has for years. If you have a look at my video from the 2017 Eurobike, I've used it. Headset on, and you can look around The technology is not there, it sweats up, of course. But they used to demo it at different events, and then they just didn't demo it. It's mind-blowing. What got me wasn't the side-to-side VR, it was the forward and back depth perception. I come flying off Watopia wall and expected to, you lose your guts when you're in a car or on a bike when you hit the flats. My mind went, I wasn't ready to, as I said, the cornering, no, I expected it. But the depth stuff. And when someone rode past really close, I swear you could feel the warmth of just that, the sensory, what would you call it? Immersion. And that was a couple of years ago. I'd love to see more of that. Even just a showcase, not to, you wouldn't want to use it all the time. But people are throwing up everywhere, it'd be fantastic. Can I use that for Asiomas with Apple TV? Yes. But then you're limited to one other device. Max is going off. I think he's having some food. Alright, I think we get to the top of this hill, then over the top, down off the bridge because it's all downhill there, and then we'll call it a day. Be around 40 k's or so. Because I got someone calling. He's a good kid. Getting a bit hungry now. Pushing the 2 hour mark. Typically if I wasn't streaming and talking I'd have this completed by now. But it's hard to talk and stream. Garmin issued another revision of the battery cover for the Vector 3 pedals. Yes, I was alerted to this week. I am getting them sent out because I own a pair of Vector 3s. My reply to Garmin on that one would be, it'd be interesting to see the online chat about this. Is it 3rd time or 4th time lucky? If there's a lot of questions about them, I'll give them a shot and review them. But if everyone's an Asiomas, it's a low demand video. Do you know the Watopia map by heart already? Watopia Hilly, the original 9.1k loop. I think you could blindfold me, I could tell you where I was on the course based on the resistance. I know that one really well. The rest depends where you are. There's a lot of routes there. Richard, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. Hope you're well. I am surprisingly well after doing the climb on this bike. But we've ticked the box. We have ticked the box. All right. 2 hours up. Boom. Thanks for sticking around. Almost at the top here. You can see just above my head there the elevation profile here. And we're going to go down and get those free Ks. North Carolina, you guys in lockdown or you're... Let me know how the things are in North Carolina. I missed the US. I was scheduled to be over there for Sea Otter. That's not going to happen. Scheduled to be over there again later in the year. Who knows? Who knows? Was it much slower on the mountain bike? Yeah, a little, but I wasn't going too hard. I think we averaged 220 watts up there. 3 hours, nice one. Eugene, yes, there is a IQ Squared have finally reached out to ask for my address. It's funny, IQ Squared, Ray and I have been quite vocal about them on our other social channels because everyone keeps asking about IQ Squared. And they kept mentioning that's funny, they mentioned DC Ranker, myself and GCN as the influencers who will be reviewing them. There's a bit of an odd one out there in regard to influencing, or two of us, we're not really influencers as such. It's the product that does the talking, we just review the data. GCN on the other hand are an advertising type company, that's how they work. So my reply to that was they don't even have my address yet, so no one get too excited about IQ Squared being reviewed by me anytime soon. They did reach out last week. So they have my address. Whether they're going to come send an assassin around to take care of me, or I get a pair of pedals, we'll see. If there's no uploads coming, you know it's happened. I'm kidding. However, there's a catch. They're only releasing the single-sided pedal now. Quick, left! It's not the dual-sided. They're just releasing the single-sided for now. The dual-sided is to be announced soon. We'll see. It's funny, the amount of people who have commented on the IQ Squared stuff is massive. There's a lot of interest in a very cheap power meter, but I think there's more interest in the process they've gone through. Yeah, because if you want a cheap power meter, you can go buy one. If you want a good power meter that works, you can go buy one right now. There's stock. Go get yourself a Quark, Favero, InPeak, Stages, 4Eyes, Pioneer on sale. All left side only. Yeah, go get one. But everyone wants the IQ Square. I don't know what it is. I think it's just because of where they've come from. You know, do they really exist? Is it the Loch Ness Monster of power meters? We shall see. But as soon as they land, keep an eye on my Instagram, keep an eye on YouTube here. Might take a few days to run through the full data. We'll see. I'm still yet to do reviews on the XKD, X-Power S, and the Suji AXO spider-based power meters, because I'm just not happy with them at the moment. They're not. If I was to do a video, it feels like the firmware's a little beta. Though the last 2 tests on both power meters is good, I need more data. As soon as I do a video, and if it's crap, that's it, it's crap, and you can't go back and edit a video like you can a post. So my response to anybody asking about those for now, still hold off. Hold off until, if you want my take on things, just hold off. I'm still not quite confident with those. But they're close. That's why I'm not putting a video out saying, yeah, no, don't worry about it. They're junk. They're so close. They're so close. Oh. Darren, you'll get an email from Garmin, and check your spam folder. Anybody with Gmail, the Garmin Vector 3 offer went to spam with Gmail. Hey, we're on the dirt again. Yes. All right, round the corner, down the hill, we'll finish up in the tunnel. We are done. We should have locked out the suspension for the climb, Richard. We should have. New York. Horror movie fan. No, Kickr Headwind fan. New York is almost in 100% lockdown. Wow. Just think of the coffee shops. Not just the coffee shops, that's one example. Just think of the businesses. Jesus. Wow. South Australia holding a press conference of closing the border. Troy, that'll affect 5 people. If you close the South Australian border, 5 people will be affected by that. I'm kidding, we always give it hard to South Australians. Did you see someone's tweet the other week to give it to South Australia even more? Someone goes, all this social isolation, this is what it feels like living in Adelaide. Everyone from Australia, not from Adelaide, loves that joke. Everyone from Adelaide's like, it's not that bad. No, we love Adelaide. It's all fun. Especially for 2 weeks during January. We love Adelaide. Hopefully we get back there next year. Can I recommend a wheel-off smart trainer? Yeah. Most of them. I'm on the Kickr CORE today. Depends on your budget. CORE, Suto, Doretto. The only thing I'd really stick clear of is probably the Flux. But they still work. They're just a bit sluggish with their pedal stroke. 20% unemployment in the USA from virus. Jesus. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. As I said earlier on, call your family today. Call your mum. Or your dad. Max is calling for me now. Just make sure everyone's all right. It's. I won't use the word unprecedented times, but Darren, you probably need to register your pedals. If you haven't, register your pedals and then just ping Garmin support. I'm going to have to close that to 43Ks, aren't I? I will. This is the Zwift effect kicking in. Hey, Minnesota calling in. Good stuff. Alrighty. I should wrap it up rather than sit here and eat. That's kind of weird. It's not one of those ASMR channels. Not yet. We're not that desperate. But thank you everyone for tuning in. That was the... that's Max. That was the Alpe Zwift on the mountain bike, as promised in the ZwiftCast this week, using Apple TV, Kickr CORE, and my bike over Bluetooth, simple setup, and a Bluetooth heart rate strap. So we also have all this technology, all this set up here, and all these fancy screens of everything. That was probably the most basic setup that I've used for Zwift, and that was a really good experience. And almost on a budget. That's my boy. I gotta go see to him. So there we go. I'll leave it there for today. Thanks everyone for chiming in. Look, the plan today is to do a video on pretty much the setup that I have. Well, exactly the setup that I've used today for this ride. As I went over there, the core, the bike, and the Apple TV, and using Bluetooth. No ant sticks required, no extension cables, no dropouts. That worked just fine. And yeah, just showing people how easy that is. So if there's a lot of people out there who are thinking of getting set up, it can be quite intimidating choosing what to go with. As you can see with the questions coming through here, there's still Kickr or Tax Neo 2T. That's an old question, that one. You can't go wrong with either, I don't think, at the moment. Hammer H2 store model for 450, couldn't pass that. There's a good deal on the Hammer H2. See, so Kickr or Neo, or get yourself a better deal on a previous model. But yeah, what I'm about on the channel is helping people out have the same kind of experience I've just had then. That was a good 2 hours on the bike, 43 Ks. I'm toast. I've earned the food that I'm just about to devour, and it's happy days. Double recorded. That was the Suji power meter again. Always be testing. And the Asioma Duos. I didn't. Actually, the Kickr CORE was recorded with Zwift. Doesn't really matter. It was more about the pedal power meter versus the crank power meter. So I saved those. I put those fit files up over on DC Aeronautic's website analysis tool. I think I've done. I think in February I did 20 comparative tests. So that site has quite a lot of my data on there and works very well for the purpose. Alright, if you're not a subscriber, again, GMR Roy Ball, thank you for just subscribing in as I'm about to kick off this stream and go see Max. So anyway, again, thank you so much. Everyone stay safe, call your family today. Make sure everyone's alright. If you go to a coffee shop, tip them some money. They need it at the moment because, yeah, the world is a different place. Alrighty, thank you everyone again. We'll see you soon, and hopefully later on with a video on all this. It's all good. Alright, see you soon.